Today we're going to have a look at how to create the perfect set of landing pages, including sales pages and lead generation pages for authors or anyone selling any kind of book. Hello, I'm Shane from Thrive Themes, and as usual we're going to have a look at a set of landing pages that are available right now in Thrive Landing Pages. But even if you aren't a Thrive Landing Pages user, you can follow along to see the structure of these pages and the logic behind them and how they help you get a larger audience for your book. So let's start with the first page, which is actually a combination page for both lead generation and for selling your book. And in this example, we're assuming that you're selling your book on Amazon. And so the page looks like this, and we have a large heading. This is where you can either present just the title of your book, which will probably be a good match because the title of a book has a similar job as a title on a page like this has. It has to be a strong, memorable title that communicates what your book is about, that communicates the benefits of your book. So this could just be the title of your book, maybe including your author name. Then we have a little quote here, and this can be a quote by the author, but you could also use this for a testimonial or review type quote. Then we have an image of the book, of course. We want to make that tangible, right? We want to make it seem more real. Even if it's an ebook, even if there is no hard copy version of it available, we have an image that makes it clear and that makes it tangibly look like a book. And then we have 2 bullet points. That's just a nice way to present 2 of the most important benefits of your book. And then we have our 2 buttons here. So the idea here is that some people will see this and immediately think, yes, this is great, they want to buy it. And in this case, you could link to the Amazon page of the book, or if you're selling it through some other means, this is where you just link to wherever people need to go to buy the book. But some people will still be on the fence, they won't be sure about it, and that's what the other button is for. Here we offer a free sample, and when you click on this button, it opens a lightbox with an opt-in form. So you get the lead first and then send them the free chapter. And once you have the lead, you can then follow up with them and work on that lead to turn them into a customer later on. And then at the bottom, we simply have a benefits section. So in this case, we have 4 benefits. For each one, we have a little subheading and an icon to visualize it and to catch the eye. And the idea is just you take the 4 most important things in your book, the 4 biggest benefits that come from reading your book, and you describe them here. So this is just a very compact way of kind of hitting your visitor with several reasons why they really need to pay attention to this and why this is really important for them. Now let's look at the next template. And by the way, this whole set of templates is called the Edition set in Thrive Landing Pages. This one is the Edition Book Landing Page. And this is basically a sales page for a book. So this is where you just present, just like you would make a sales page for a product, this is a sales page for your book. And it follows a similar structure that we've seen in other sales pages with a few tweaks to make it super useful for authors. Once again, at the top, we have a big title, same idea as on the last page. And then we have a few bullet points. Again, you just want to kind of bring in these benefits really quickly, because at this point on the page, people are still in that early phase where they've loaded the page and they still might leave right away. They still haven't really decided whether they actually want to visit this page or not, right? And you have to win them over in the first few seconds. And that's what this is about, right? A big headline that grabs the attention, a few bullet points to get people's attention and get them actually reading more. Right after this top section, we have a first call to action. It's not a very strong call to action. This is basically for people who just wanted to buy the book anyway. Maybe they, Googled the title of the book, looking for it, they found this page, they just want to buy it. This is for them. Here's the button where they can make that purchase right away. And after that, we have a first testimonial and or review. So if you're selling your book on Amazon, you'll obviously be trying to get reviews there. You'll be inviting people to leave reviews for your book, and you can then take the best reviews from there and actually just use them on your sales page. And there's also a star rating here where you can copy over the same rating that this person left on Amazon. After that, we have our benefits section, slightly different layout, but the same idea as before on the previous page. You just take the 4 most important, most attractive benefits of your book and present them here. And now this is, by the way, something where people tend to think different products are more different than they really are from a sales perspective, right? Because you look at a sales page template and you go, well, but what do I do if I'm selling a book? Well, you do the same thing in many cases, and the benefit section like this is one of the examples where it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if what you're selling is a book or a washing machine or a WordPress plugin. People buy products because they want specific benefits. They want improvements in their lives, in other words. And that's what you're talking about here. So no matter what your product is, this kind of layout and this way of, in a compact way, presenting the most important benefits, this will work for any kind of sales message. Next, we have the About the Author section. So here you have a picture of the author and you have a few words about why this author is an authority in their field. That's the most important thing, right? The question on people's mind is, well, you know, should I listen to this person? Should I take advice from this person? Should I read this book? So you want to keep this relatively short. You don't want to have like a huge amount of text here, but give me some reasons to trust in this author. After that, we have the reviews section or the testimonial section. And as always, you know, this delivers social proof. It's one of the most powerful things you can add to a sales message. And here, you know, again, if you're selling this on Amazon, if you're selling it somewhere where people leave reviews, you can just copy the best reviews over. And if not, you can just gather testimonials as usual, and you can just remove these star ratings here and just use this as a normal testimonial section. And then at the bottom, we have a stronger and larger purchase section. Here we just reiterate what exactly you get. There's also a possibility here of making a special offer, right? A reduced price or something like that, or just mentioning the price here. And then we have a large, strong call to action that says, buy this now. And at the very bottom, we also have some authority proof. So if you've been featured anywhere that people recognize, you can associate yourself by adding some icons here. Also, you'll notice that in this template, we're using two different buttons. One of them is like an Amazon button, and one of them is just a normal purchase button. And of course, you can use those interchangeably. So if you're selling on Amazon, you can just copy the Amazon looking one and use that in both places if you want. Next up is the edition lead generation page, which at first glance looks very similar. Like the top area is very similar to the one we looked at just before. But this here is not a sales page, and it's much shorter than the other page. It's not a sales page because all we want to do here is we want to get the lead. So there are the elements here on the page are basically the same as before, because again, we want to sell people on the benefits of this book. We want to make people want to read this book. But this time we don't want their money, we simply want to get the lead. So there are two typical uses for this type of page. The first is that you simply have a landing page where you aren't trying to get the sale first, right? You want to get the lead first, and then once you have the lead, you sell them the book, right? And you have maybe some other follow-up offers as well. The other typical use for this page is as a pre-launch page. So maybe your book isn't finished yet, but you can say, hey, I'm writing this book right now, and chapter 1 is already done, so you can click here, get chapter 1, and I will let you know when the book is finished. So that's a great way to start building your audience before your book is complete. And like on another page we've seen here, this is a two-step opt-in. So when people click on this button here, it opens the light box where it asks for the email address. Next in this set, we have two different styles of an email confirmation page. And this is the same as all email confirmation pages, right? Here we have one single conversion goal. This is if you're using a confirmed opt-in process, someone signs up for your mailing list and they need to confirm their email address before the next thing happens. So this is a very simple page with one conversion goal. Get people to clearly understand what's happening, go to their inbox and confirm that email address. That is what these pages are all about. And then the final page in the set is this download page. And the download page, again, is similar to other download pages you've seen and to ones I've talked about before. We have very clear communication. That's the main thing, right? To confirm, yes, you've done the right thing, you've come to the right place, here's your download. And you can have your little image here and you link to the downloadable PDF or whatever with your first chapter. And just one detail here is that we also have this secondary section at the bottom, which can be used to do a secondary promotion. So the idea here is that without this, people download the thing you're offering and then they leave because there's nothing else to do. And instead of just having people leave, we want to give them another option, and another option that benefits your business. So here, for example, if you're giving away the free chapter, here you could just link to the full book, right? Hey, if you like the free chapter, click here to buy the whole thing. Or it could also be something like, click here. I also offer coaching. Maybe you offer some coaching. Click here for my coaching offer, right? It could even be, hey, if you want more stuff, like let's say you're doing a pre-launch type thing, you don't have a finished book yet, you don't offer coaching. It could even be an offer that just says, hey, click here to check out my latest blog posts. The idea is just to give people a secondary option and give them something to do after they've downloaded the freebie. Okay, so that's a look at how to create the perfect funnel for anyone selling a book, both for building your mailing list and selling more of that book. And like I said, this is available right now in Thrive landing pages. You can get these templates and start using them. If you have any other questions about this, please leave a comment below. And that's it for now. I'll see you next time.